talk to.
Pambul Adu and welcome to CRC-Hour. CRC-Hour na a special program designed for talk and look about the operations and activities of the CRC. The CRC na the Constitutional Review Committee. We know say na a process where they carry on at the country. And for today's program, we can look at the work and the people where they work na the Executive Subcommittee of the Constitutional Review Committee. And for that, I get panelists then. And I will start with my left, we go introduce himself.
Me now Augusta James Tema, a member of the committee.
We also get the chairperson on the right, we go equally introduce himself.
Me Dr. Habib Sise, being a senior lecturer in the Department of Political Science and the coordinator postgraduate program. And they represent People's Movement for Democratic Change on the Constitution Review Committee.
We also expect another member, Musa Bita, where they on the way himself a member for the Executive Committee of the Constitutional Review Committee. And we go start off with the program. We go once for make we look at briefly the review process, and for that, Dr. Habib Sise will take us through.
Well, I will talk about the Constitution, the review process, and then need it for talk.
Okay, you can go ahead.
We will talk about a document where extremely important in the life of any country. That document where they explain who that for govern, within the responsibilities, how many years he will serve, and how he will come out of office. We will talk about members of parliament. We will talk about it with culture, with values, with beliefs, with assumptions. We will talk about democracy, how we elect we leaders, how they will pay we, everything we pertaining to the country. There is another document there. Another document we will talk about today. But there are about 14 chapters in the Constitution. We will talk about one, and that is the executive branch. We will deal with the president, the man who lead the country.
Okay, that's the insight to the 1991 Constitution. From we always say Constitution set rule where they govern organization or country. Now briefly, make we look at the review process. Waiting and waiting. We don't achieve now. The committee don't achieve now.
Thank you very much. The review committee don't achieve a lot of things because initially, from the time where the committee launched, we don't get the first meeting in August, and we don't get several meetings where we don't hold. We don't put modalities in place. Say we don't reach to the side where we don't set the things that we're supposed to do and not do, and then we don't reach to the side where we don't form committees and wait for look into the issues of the different chapters and where with chairman that they talk about in the Constitution. And basically all then different subcommittees here where executive and one of them will get the legislative, we get the judiciary, we get education, research, human rights and local government, then different issues there with defense thematic areas. We all for look into then things that were inside then in various thematic areas there where we feel say should be touched, should be reviewed alongside with the Peter Tucker 2008 constitutional review where it do. We look into the two, and then we're not really decide though. We never decide at all. We just preempt because the constitution is an issue of the national body and not just members of the constitutional review. We just
you don't just touch on the brilliant point that not only make a decision.
No.
So how will they gather then various views there?
Yeah, we get for meet the people at different consultations. We meet the stakeholders, like people like ministers, parliamentarians, you just name them. And then when they meet the general public, we're not able to begin that engagement yet, but soon it will start. But we educate the people there now so that they know, say, the review process they're on, and then for no waiting at the things there, where then for they think about, for bring up, for make we go discuss and table and for adoption into the Sierra Leone Constitution.
So what's the composition of this committee?
80 members.
Okay.
80 members, and we form the CRC.
But only limited to the 80 members here. Interest group then can come on board.
Oh yes.
Well, Augusta don't mention, say, 80 members, but we don't divide we serve that 80 members into 9 subcommittees. We don't want to divide the subcommittees. One will be the executive, the legislature, the judiciary, natural resources, rules and regulations, laws, the subcommittees and what they do. We they talk about the executive. Within we they about for do. We don't begin meet stakeholders. We don't meet the general public in a free town. We don't meet yesterday and meet the prisons. We don't meet the workers, the executive employees in the State House. We don't meet them about a fortnight ago. With the plan for meet the police sometime next week. We own committee, we will be meet with members there. We will identify 11 thematic areas where they touch the executive, where they explain how the executive will be. One of such areas will be which kind of political system we want to establish. Today, we get a hybrid system. We consist of the president, consists of the president being in parliament, and also be able to select some of the ministers from parliament. We want to ask with compatriots whether they prefer this system where they now, this hybrid system, or they want complete separation of powers, checks and balances between the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary branches. And that they get for choose one of them. Or whether they want the parliamentary system, which will be get between 1961 and 1971, or even before that time. We side we get the executive prime minister. Now one area down there where the executive subcommittee they deal with. The other important area we will get for look now in the qualification of this president. Would that for occupy that seat? That is very important. If we be a citizen of Sierra Leone, but there are many shades of citizenship, many shades. One of them would be man and woman when are Sierra Leoneans, when they born Pikinaya inside Sierra Leone. Another shade would be somebody when he wealth the Nigerian. Yeah, your husband in Nigeria, then born Peking. Then come back, then the Peking follow them. That Peking day, the Nigerian born, but because of his mama, he won't be Sierra Leonean, whether he will vie for president. The other shade, if the daddy, a Nigerian, the mommy, the Sierra Leonean, he follow them again. The other shade will be immigrants. People who don't come in other countries like Nigerians, Ghanaians, Liberians, where they live in Sierra Leone, where they don't get Peking. We will allow that Peking day for be Sierra Leonean, but you go vie for be president. We get other people that were of different race completely. We get Lebanese, we get Syrians, we get Arabs, where they not dark like we.
Yeah, Negro descent.
Where they not dark like we, but you don't come in our country, you don't get them picking them. They picking them, they not go to Lebanon, they not go to Egypt, they not go to Syria, na Sierra Leone and they. But because of their race, we will allow them for be citizen. The other shade is people that way will then get 2 passports. I believe, say, when I will agree with me, because they will agree with me, for say, there are Sierra Leoneans with 2 passports, some British and Sierra Leonean passports, dual citizenship. Are we going to allow such a person to become president of our country? These are lacunas, these are anomalies, these are critical issues that the populace must decide. Another area is the appointment powers with the president. Today, the president gets the right as head of state, commander-in-chief, for appoint as many ministers as he wish. You don't get for ask me and you as laymen, you go only ask parliamentarians. Somebody go come on Italy yesterday, he come, he make a minister. We go agree to that? Somebody go there, you come on Germany yesterday or the day after, you can't elect him, he make a minister. And the system that. Or with the wait, make people their way, they don't stay in the country for some time. Then get a residency requirement for staying at the country, understanding we culture, understand the problems we will get before you become a minister or become a member of parliament. These are critical issues where the people is therefore decide. We know they decide for them. We don't prepare questionnaires. And we will meet the stakeholders, we will meet the general public, we give them questions and we elaborate on their areas. Okay. Now I touch on one thing before I go. Law then our constitution, where for say if you belong to a political party before you vie for president. Suppose somebody feels unpopular, people they know him, he don't do good to the country, he don't do good to his compatriots in village, in district, in region. Stay in one contest if he say get a chance. He won't be independent. This new constitution will for look into that, whether for allow independent candidates for buy. I go on give chance.
Yes. Thank you very much, Dr. So you don't touch on sensitive areas. You touch on the hybrid system, that the blend system where they presently operate, talk about the appointment powers, talk about citizenship, where plenty people get concerned, talk about the prerogative of the president for appoint anybody without consultation. Now, Fambo, we don't get a member of this committee who I think we expect, Mr. Bita. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, what are some of the areas again where you feel say people level will be food for thought for people level as when I get to approach them?
One area where we think as a committee, now the Office of the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice. At the moment, the person will occupy the seat of the Attorney General. At the same time, is the political head who is the Minister of Justice. So as a committee, we decide for go to the people and ask them whether they want the same person will occupy the Ministry of Justice for be the Attorney General or the one for separate. I just want to make clear and add to Dr. Habib. We know they influence the people for decide which they want. Would they go on consultation basis? Would they consult them? And their own questions as a committee, would they come back together, bring them their own answers, would they come back together, put them together, and give them to the committee we get for responsible for analysis and the rest.
Okay, you talk of salient points, the separation of the Office of AG. I think commitments we don't make towards that area there, but we see say it's still tied together. Now, what's in other areas of concern? Augusta, you being a woman, I know say a lot of issues then the 70. The 24/7 day. I don't know if issues then this way you feel say go be people full of thoughts for people.
Definitely. Now, very big point you raised. So, in fact, if you not be even ask me, I will tell you say the Constitution emphasized too much on he, not bringing the woman on board. And I think say we are all now enlightened, and we all know say now women as well get the capacity for hold responsible positions in the country. So there should be more room, yeah, for women, for make them hold executive positions in Sierra Leone, so that we self go join hands and work with the man then side by side. It's not a challenge in a way, it's just that you for use all the resources the way you get in the country. And you know, for trample on the human rights, unfortunately we are not talking about human rights here, but waiting at the emphasize is that we for make he or she, they clearly in the Constitution for sure say women are not left out of the development of this country, especially the executive. And another thing is that we as executive members of the subcommittee, so members of the executive subcommittee, we can listen and know certain things where the populace can talk about. Like, you know, some time ago there was some rumor after you and all this kind of thing, and in that we get the term, you know, the duration.
Term limit.
Yes, limit. And the constitution said 2 terms of 5 years. So, you know, for make we go allay them fears, for make at the end of the day, the constitution go left or look into that matter, we as executive committee to come up with something, some question on the questionnaire for look into that, so that it will be the people's choice. It will be at the end of the day, waiting the people decide. And I think it's another bone of contention, and it should be addressed alongside as we go, so that people will clarify that area. And I think Semi landed friend don't talk about this and usurp of power, no separation of power with the Ministry of Minister of Justice, and then and how do you call it?
I'll go on to talk about the election of the president. Generally, the one man, one vote, and parties compete and they nominate. But there has been a problem with that. When election time reach, parties they nominate. The constitution is silent on how parties will nominate presidential candidates. In the past, we don't realize is some parties and people that win in the party don't grumble. You see, then they fidget the voters list and they play with them. It's not genuine. And then they see only one person they command on one region all the time. Many people that express their view as to how.
So, in other words, the constitutional review for also look at that area.
That area,
an internal political affairs.
No, but that's it. The constitution for explain, for regulate, for atomize, within the parties that for nominate their leader. Augusta mentioned the term of office. Well, now in 5 years, we will give people the chance, whether after the 5 years you for left, you for continue, or 1 7-year term as it be in Mexico, or other means. But if we get the parliamentary system, which will be get in the 60s, it means the Prime Minister will choose the ministers from within Parliament. The people then will monitor parliamentarians very carefully, because every 5 years they will meet the mandate, they will seek fresh mandate from the electorate.
Okay, family, if you just join.
Another issue what will be come up with is the 55% rule.
That's it.
Whether the 55%, whether a person forget 55% for be a president, or 51%, then you can be a president for make you save cost. Because of the demography of your own country, it's very difficult for one person forget 55% from the first round, and that it costs a lot. So the runoff is costly.
I'll go on, Rob Motiana.
Yes, family, if you just join me, you dey listen to CRC-Hour, a special program we designed for look at the activities of the Constitutional Review Committee process where they go on at the country. And for today, we dey look at the work and the activities of the Executive Subcommittee. And if you feel strongly about the issues then where we dey discuss, and if you concern, you go send a text message to 077 851945. The message, the number again for sending message now 077 851945. We go continue with the program. Yes.
Now, Rob more small, but waiting my colleague, Mr. Bitas, don't mention that 55%. The 55% is inside the Constitution. The Peter Tucker report, he accept them. He say yes for state because it will make the president get the national mandate.
Okay.
It will make the president for appeal to every section, every district, every chiefdom, every region before he become president. If we change that, it will humble. It means if somebody gets 50 or 51 plus, it will only appeal to 2 regions.
Yes, when I make we consult the public whether they like it or they do not like it.
55% ceiling.
Yes, not to really decide.
When we get down there, 55%.
Yes,
we get
now we get currently.
Presently, yeah.
So this subcommittee get for when we consultation with the public, that question get for come up as well.
We go and ask them
Yes.
whether the first past the post 50%
And
plus, or whether they want to retain this one.
55%.
Okay, Augusta, which
Yeah.
other issues then again where you feel say for be the food for thought for people as when I get to approach them now the constitutional review process really going?
Okay, another issue, and Dr. Bin begin talk about the qualification of, for example, the president.
Age and
Age, yes, because we know it's now 40 years at this time. But because of the, as I say, you know, they build up a constitution, not looking at the background, the history, waiting they happen around you. Because some other people, they say, no, 40 years is too much. We want 35, you know.
For
but
the
the young people,
opportunity.
the opportunity, exactly. They say, waiting, they're going to wait for all this time, you know, for make them become leaders of this country. So, and the review also look into that, at least forget the age, you know, at this time of the review, stable. So we know that this is what the Sierra Leoneans have accepted, and this is what we should go by. But what you mean, they say, we as executive members, we can always educate the people to note, to realize that being a president, you really have to have a lot of experience. It is not just age we're talking about here. You really get for don't pass through some, you know, experiences where for season you, for able for handle a nation. You know, because if you not get enough experience, then it's a pity at the end of the day, because you're not able to do the things then will be expected of you as a president. And another thing is within the executive, normally we say the president gets some powers, especially in the appointments of the Chief Justice, okay? And in can do them in consultation with political parties. When we're talking about democracy, that's a good thing, really. It should be done in consultation with political parties. But when they remove, for example, you don't do something bad, you know, and they want for removal from the office, I think the Constitution is very silent about it, and it has to go through the same process. Because if you can't ask me for me to confirm something, you should come back to tell me that this person has done so, and let's brainstorm and see what could be done. And that's going to make her more democratic and easy for handle without any problem. I think I will stop there
I don't know
for the
if
time
this
being.
committee they also look at the area of chieftaincy.
Well, I can
Now
rub
that
more-
committee,
I
yeah,
can
local
rub- I
governments.
can rub more here this morning. Currently, the president get the power for remove the paramount chief. If the paramount chief don't misbehave, if he don't commit crime against the people, where the people then rise up against them, the president get a way for removal. We can institute a commission of inquiry with judges that go there. They look into them, find out what are the problem where the people then get against that chief, do what he don't do. When they don't come up with that anything with the resolution, they cannot go to the president go look him. If in feel within himself, for say within the commission of inquiry don't talk, he right, he will remove him. But Peter Tucker, he say the people they were they inside the chiefdom, then go elect, then the recommendation where in give for remove them, and then for rise up, and then for elect, then they go elect them. He pull on and the president behind.
Yeah, Mr.
Yes. Another issue where we come up as well as a committee will come up with now the residential requirement. How long a citizen for don't stay in the country, which is Sierra Leone, before he qualify for be a president? So then a question for the people, or if they don't mind, you come out overseas, you come the same year you be president. And a question for them for answer. We give with certain recommendations. Some of the members may they say 10 years, some may they say 6. But when we go to the public now, waiting then say now who they take.
Well, that waiting we been do, we give them number of years, serially, whether 10 years, 5 years, 2 years. So if you not agree with them years, then spot there, You say you go add your years we post it for the inside the country. Because some people then they don't consider that they say when they try to eliminate some people then within the work for you and not to down there. We want people then we understand with issues then with problems in our society, which with gripes. For example, our natural resources. The way with natural resources the level country, we're not quite happy. We for establish rules and regulations, we tighten up. We think will make their resources then begin produce some of the processing here.
Yes,
instead of
still
just
on citizenship, I want to stay with you, Augusta.
Okay.
Presently, we see spouse they acquire citizenship from a husband,
Okay.
but the husband will acquire citizenship for a wife, from a wife.
No.
I don't know if they also provide a forum for make people that they look in that direction.
Definitely, as I said, at the human rights side, I emphasize that thing there. So you go cut across. They talk about women being given the human rights, so that women self go able for come up in various capacity without any discrimination. So when they talk about the human rights, it is a right given to women for make them become president without even, looking into then matters in there, especially when the 24K they talk about with this citizenship where women, where me as Sierra Leone, for example, are born with a Nigerian, me picking not get rights for be Sierra Leonean that much because in papa na Nigerian, then me mama na Sierra Leonean, so not get that actual citizen rights for make it come up, for make it stand as president or even, take parts in the executive functioning of the country. So we as women then in politics, because I'm representing the NDA, for example, where we meet at upper level, normally we talk about those things and we don't feature them even in the gender act where the Ministry of Social Welfare they work on. And we say, for be so, we should be given the same rights. We should not be discriminated because we serve now human beings. We serve now human the way to get powers, we get talents, and we are also responsible. It is not a matter of just being women and want to challenge men, but we just want to say that we are human beings, we get life like men, and we serve now the sisters, now we serve now the mothers, we serve now the wives, and we can all work side by side. And that makes it more democratic for a country to run.
Yes, and I can tell you, Doctor, still on citizenship.
Yeah,
The present, yes, I'm coming. The present constitution states say for make you become a citizen, you forget a Negro descent.
Citizenship Act.
Yes,
States
They
that's
don't,
not the
they don't change again.
Yeah.
Yes, that's another thing.
Wait, this thing now the
Yes.
presidency with the look,
Yes, not so.
not to
Not
all
all
of
the
it.
citizens.
Mr. Bitas, now he born, we no go agree in the president, for example, because of his color.
That's an example.
Now that Mr. Bitas go live now with him wife, with him picking them. A Nigerian go live now if he can't he born picking now. But if you want vie to become with president
especially.
or you want enter parliament, go dig behind you. Let me see who side you come on. Many years back in the 60s, one gentleman been there, John Waka, and Mr. Bitazi on the same line. The grandfather clause catch up. You cannot be vie for this because your grandfather was not a Sierra Leonean. This citizenship here, you can become citizen by naturalization.
But most people can refuse because they feel saying I had them born, so therefore.
No, if you come, you lack with values, you lack with beliefs, you lack with assumptions and with culture.
Dr. Habib, if I can come.
No,
No, let me come, Dr. Habib. The Constitutional Review Committee, as members, not to really influence the public within
No,
the
I don't
land.
influence nobody.
We not go sit down here with the 10 members of the public. We not go allow, we go allow. We the
Just
consult
educate.
member of the
Yeah.
public. If majority of Sierra Leoneans want somebody of a Lebanese origin for be president, not to members of the CRC.
So we think that's for
Exactly.
the approach.
And with we own subcommittee, we only consult on the issues of the office of the president or the executive.
Yeah.
We not go out to the public for issues of citizenship.
The-
There's a human rights
So we
subcommittee.
think that's for the
The
approach
approach,
of
we
this
don't-
subcommittee for look into the
Out of the 11
executive.
action areas, which we call thematic areas, we don't draw 32 questions.
Yes.
They don't preach them. Some people they don't get that already. So then questions then originate from then thematic areas. Then. Citizenship, tenure of office, political system, all in the inside. So the citizen can fill the spaces that we will provide, or a write you, attach them, and send them to me. Mr. Bitas,
Yes, sir.
I know they influence anybody.
No, I think we don't make that clear.
Clear.
Maybe
Yes.
we
It's
talk
not
about
a-
public
but-
engagement now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we get stakeholders that we don't meet the executive officials with the president in office. I don't meet them. I don't discuss any issues there with them. Yesterday, I meet the prison officials, the director and the subordinates then. We don't meet them. We plan for meet the police again. But one thing with the delay we and the money.
Funds.
We are locked into our office. The other day, I raised my voice about it. The international community, they give money to civil society organizations at your expense. We were all sections, the crosswalk of Sierra Leoneans don't appoint, don't nominate for represent them. We sit down at the office, the Miata Conference Center, we dey talk, then they give money to CSOs, then they go make noise, the people then demote there.
No, na
We-
different donor there. So maybe na different
What-
donor.
The different donor, wetin me dey
Based on
committee,
interest areas.
wetin me get interest in, before then CSOs dey go out, make dem give we the money, then we go out, meet the people then, we compatriots them, explain wetin we dey explain now on TV. Let we see them, let we sit down with them, let we talk with them. Now that na my position. Since the government no give you the money yet.
Yeah, Victor,
Yeah.
what's in your position with public engagement?
As Dr. Habib said, not only funding with the way, we are well prepared.
Yeah, because we're asking,
Question.
I don't begin
So the
with
funding, yeah.
No, we're not started, but hopefully we will start soon. Everything is prepared, questions are prepared,
Exactly.
thematic areas are prepared,
Yeah.
target groups, everything.
But now for get a budget where
Sure.
Well, I will talk about that.
Before that,
Originally, the government committed $4.1 million. That was last year. We're almost 1 year behind. To date, I don't know who said we did as far as the finances are concerned. I've been state few statements and very strong statements then the other day. I say, with people that we would call friends, and they undermine, and they deliberately undermine, and they delay and sabotage the effort for right the constitution. So people they reject that, but I very strongly feel so. If you want let we forge ahead, you will give me the money way we feel we say it will be more useful. The CSOs they know the right. The ideas when they express to the people they know got a native can write. Now we the right. When we don't give you the information, we come, we write. We
so
collect,
what
we
you
write.
want suggest in that area, make possible donors they
Come
contact you directly.
Make the donors then give money to the government, we go transfer them to your account. We've been decide say the executive secretary and we chairman, Justice Cowan and Mr. Coker, we've been talk say until the money go inside we account, we no go do nothing. And since one year, CRC account, because we no go on with the campaign, how we go? We no able to do nothing. And some of us are frustrated.
So Augusta, you feel say this constraints by fund go limit your work?
Sure, it don't already limit we work because we don't set out the modalities, not so schedule and everything.
That's right.
About 3 months ago, whereas proper at this time we for done the complete the consultations by our schedules, but because of the funding, you know, we did behind times,
What
and
about
so
the
we just
available budget now?
well, that is what
The
it was
budget,
not
nothing on
actually
it.
there.
It
You
don't
can get
know
a
the
zero-based
budget.
budget.
With the money.
It could be a zero-based budget and in anticipation for money for CAM. So I think that they are the problem there now. But we want to talk to all those donors responsible and even the government of Sierra Leone that we have started and we just have to complete Otherwise, it will be, I don't know.
Another
thing.
element. We
You
get
see?
presidential advisors we get the Secretary General of APC, with Sidonia, Mr. Yansan and Amipadi. We get Alhaji IB Kago, I call their name because I don't whisper to them, but when you make them, they will get the money. Then they will do it. And even the Attorney General, at the beginning,
Well, where government don't comment? Which money they talk
the money when government don't comment.
Okay.
Now we they wait for. So I did ask them, then they with we will they brainstorm with the holla, with the make them noise them, but I don't see them make any move. So I did talk again, Bambai, the president instead Goyeri, for say Dr. Sise, with the Afrobe College, he did raise his voice about this money, let us get us so that we move forward for right this we document here.
Okay, very quickly before we go, I start with you.
I not talk about the impeachment here too. Let us talk about
Time don't already.
for remove the president.
Okay.
Today na secret. Parliamentarians na secret. When they meet, you know, they just say, well, this man for remove him. That secret they don't hold debate, open debate. They just go into them polls, then vote. Whether agree for remove the president, they hit their hands up, then count. If they agree, then tell the speaker. We don't want down there. We want to make them public. We want to make the whole hearings, public hearings. And when the public hearings, when they accuse the president, impeachment means accusing the president of any crime, people, compatriots for can
So
listen.
you talk about the impeachment procedures.
Procedures, yes. Today na secret. We want to make them open. We will put down it inside the constitution. Now we question the answer.
Okay, what's some other questions then back we form part of this questionnaire where people will expect?
We don't talk about the 55% rule, the impeachment. I think we don't more or less talk about
Succession, the president
yes,
will be succeeded
The qualifications.
by the vice president, and then the speaker. There's a totally issue. We will one make the speaker take the oath of office. Down there, that the people will go for the side, because if the president go outside, let's say go visit Nigeria, then the vice president go visit Liberia, and then somebody else takes office behind them. The constitution it allow for another person to take the oath of office. A dangerous precedent that. So I want either that we in naughty will be people that want to express their views.
Okay, Augusta, which other areas again we already done at the questionnaire where will people for expect for make them inputs?
Okay, I remember say really before they go into that, when I discuss an issue where everyone come on board because this year so business where they go on really in and then they take consultations with people in different regions where we not be even in fact at one time in the one that say what is going on, you know, because I don't know if then they take your reports for bring and come forward to the secretariat, and that's an issue we know for actually downplay here, because if they are actually spending money and then they go ask people their view, I believe say their views and they for be actually and useful for the constitutional review. But if it is not actually useful, why not use that money on the committee itself so that we go do the job and then we get for table collect the data for presentation.
Yeah, no, madam. Another area,
before
madam.
they can,
madam.
yes. Yes.
Even the contents of what they go tell the people, then maybe recommend, maybe ask we.
Okay, they
So
have
will
done
they
that.
harmonize one?
Harmonize one, maybe we tell them waiting for tell the people. Since we are the committee members, we get the constitutional mandate. They don't get. What should they go tell the people?
Now, one more
Then-
thing I want to add.
okay.
Even though we not begin reach to the public yet, the public can reach to it. The CRC office is always open. Anybody get a suggestion, they can write them down, they go drop them to the CRC, then they
Exactly.
take them into consideration. The legal and technical associate, now that today for. With the welcome views from the public, even if we not don't go to them, they can still come with them views. They can write articles, they can send text message, even if they short something where they want, leading at the constitution, they can write them down and drop them to the CRC office.
And the
Get a
last
message
point
from a colleague in
is
public college.
Last point, please. Just no, don't forget. You asked me just of another issue. I think another issue is that the issue of swearing the president when there is a protest after a general election result is being pronounced, because people then get the view say, I mean, then for listen to that protest before ever the oath is taken. So that's a discussion also for meet the people there. We consult them and we get the general view and know exactly how it should be done.
Let me make one quick comment on that. After election, there may be petitions. What do the people that go on make people then say about that? Whether the president for take the oath of office when petitions then pending a court, or then for wait the president for take office until the hearings, the judges then pass judgment. That will take months and years.
So now other areas then that's
The other area,
for the concentration.
Exactly.
Okay, we don't get few text messages then. The first one we say, I want to suggest that the CRC look into the eligibility of the paramount chief to be a universal adult suffrage and not only limited to so-called ruling houses. A citizen stay in another country want to become president must come and stay here for 5 years before he or she is qualified for that position. This message they come out for carrying.
It is
the first part, the qualification for vie, for Tina for be chief. You know, the constitution say you for don't belong to a ruling house by the 1961 constitution. If their ruling house be done day in Peking, you go vie. If you not men Peking at the worst, you no go vie. So, but for,
yeah, within this man is suggest now, get rid of the requirement of ruling house.
That's
no.
it.
Now in suggestion.
No, no, suggestion. You can
Read
say
that
no,
again.
sir.
That's what it
it.
is.
I want to suggest the CRC look into the eligibility of paramount chief to be a universal adult suffrage and not limited to so-called ruling houses.
I think they
no,
point
no,
at
the
somebody
voting.
in the constitution.
when at the electoral college they
voting
elect,
process.
the electoral college they elect the chiefs, the councillors.
Based on
Let's leave
ruling
it with them.
houses.
No,
So within this citizen
It is
want,
suggest.
he
Make
not
him
from a ruling
ruling
house.
house.
Himself is not from ruling house.
Thank you.
But he want for be paramount chief one day.
Yes.
So that that's it is
Because he
suggest.
belongs to the chief, though.
Yes.
Yes, that is the type of suggest.
the,
I mean,
the,
we
now
cannot.
the electoral college, now the tribal authorities, now they elect the paramount chief. 19, the 20th, you could be one
That is
electoral,
Yes.
vote.
Okay.
Then they elect the paramount chief. No
Is there
president.
a
First,
suggestion?
Presently,
No,
now
never
they
done.
elect. Within in
He
want,
wants
let
now.
them left for
That
elect.
is
That's
it.
what they to the ruling house.
Very
Make it
good.
be-
Exactly.
May
That is
they
the suggest.
remove
Yeah.
that,
the,
exactly.
the electoral process.
Yeah.
The other question which say a citizen should stay in another country want to become president must come and stay here for 5 years before he or she qualifies for that position.
Suggestion.
Well, that's noted.
That's a
Noted.
suggestion.
Very
isn't it?
noted.
Yeah.
We tell and thank you for that.
Exactly.
Okay, very quickly, I dey start with the wetin una dey expect from people as una get for meet them with this una engagement.
We want let them come out as much as they can. Even if we not able to go to all the villages there on all the districts. If we base, for instance, na Kenema, if we go consult the people of Kenema as much as they can, let them come from the surrounding villages and come meet with. Because this constitution are a lifetime something. It's for generations to come. We're not going to be able to make constitution every 2-3 years. When we don't get this constitution, it might take another 50 years. So as much as they're able, let them come up with their suggestions to it.
Yes, Dr.
Well, you see, the constitution will be based on popular sovereignty, limited government. We will want many people then join hand, let we write this constitution. We go represent the wishes of Sierra Leoneans. That time when CRC has been there in office, we get one party, they dictate, that time don't pass. This constitution want make it open so that every Sierra Leonean can get a voice. Then we see what the president they do, how it is done, and where it is done.
It was Pastor.
Yeah, thank you very much. I want to take this opportunity to talk to you, Fambuloba Dese, you na Sierra Leonean, and you get a role for play, for make positive things that happen in this country. Then we forget about with different backgrounds and we come out. Then we just remember say we all na Sierra Leoneans, and Sierra Leone big pass we all. And then we just think, you know, objectively. Then we not be take any decisions by sentiments at all. Make we remember say salon for grow, and the thing where they help with for do the things that we go make salon grow na the constitution, because now we guide that we go use for the operations. So do ya forget about party color, forget about farmable business, just see Sierra Leone, and when we meet you, think objectively. I thank you.
And with that word day, we go tap the CRC-Hour today. So till we meet back, me and Princess Gibson in the city.
Thank you very much.